Okay, so I am actually going to do a Q&A. I'm not just going to ride around the woods and do skids. So, I've got some questions on my phone. I'm going to work through them. If I don't answer your question, I'm sorry. I had loads of questions commented, so yeah, I'll do as many as I can, but let's go. So, first question. What tyres and pressures do you use? I run FMBs. Pressures, it depends, obviously. It depends on the race. For standard pressure, I'd run like 20, 21. I can go down to like 17, 18 psi, so mid-level is like 21, 22. So yeah, it just depends on the course. A few weeks ago in Belgium at Ardouilly, I rode 23, 24 because it was quite grippy. So yeah, that's in psi. I'm not sure what it is in bar. What is your favourite discipline? Probably cyclocross at the moment. I'm absolutely loving it, and it's what I'm doing at the moment, so probably cyclocross. Have you ever done track or road racing? I've tried a bit of track when I was younger, and I've done a fair amount of road racing. Not big road races, but enough. Who's your idol in cyclocross or MTB? Definitely Van der Poel. He's a pretty incredible rider in cyclocross and MTB. So he's well up there. Do you have special prescription lenses? So I need glasses to see long distances, but my eyesight's not that bad that I need prescription glasses. So these are just normal lenses. Next question: where do you buy your Oakleys? I got these a few years ago, but recently Hydrovision Optics did a wrap on them. So it's like a super nice kind of hexagon wrap. So yeah, Hydrovision. What music do you listen to while you train? I listen to quite a lot of different stuff. I've started listening to podcasts as well. For music, there's this podcast, this playlist I'm listening to recently called Indie Electronic Vibes, and it's quite a good mix of just standard stuff like bassy stuff and some kind of lighter stuff, and it just kind of goes around in my head. I don't really have to think about it when I'm riding. Do you intend to ride Le Tour de France one day? I wouldn't mind it. I don't know if I could do it, as in physically. It's ridiculously tough, I think, but it'd be pretty cool. What gloves do you use for long winter rides? This year I'm going between the Proacell Proacell 3-season protection and the Endura Nemo gloves, so they're the like neoprene ones. I really like them. Do you always get out and train, ride for fun, no matter the weather? And what is your preferred weather conditions? I try to get out no matter the weather. I don't really have many excuses this year because I've got so much nice kit from Endura to keep me warm. My favourite riding conditions probably mega cold and frosty. I absolutely love riding on frosty grass. It's the best thing in the world. So yeah, when it gets really nice and cold in December and cold and dry, that's probably my favourite. Is weight training a part of your training plan or any other activities? Yes, weight and gym work is part of my training plan in the summer, in the off season. I also run in the summer, and I try to keep that going for as long as I can into the winter. It gets a bit harder when you get into the season because there's so many races, there's a lot of travelling, there's a lot of hard efforts. You're either really on your bike racing, training or travelling, or on the couch with your feet up, so it can be hard to find time to fit in running. Do you make your own season planning, i.e. training camps, what races to ride? So the way I planned my season this year is with my coach, Jimmy Mack, of Meta. What's Your Meta? We basically set out our goals, so I've got 2 or 3 season goals, and then work the season around that. So around the races, when I'm going to take a break, when I'll do more training, when I have a weekend off, things like that. It's all kind of based around my goals. So for example, the Christmas period is a goal for me, so we kind of work back from there and think about what races we want to do and when. MTB or road in the summer? Both. That's what I usually do. I'm probably going to be doing a bit more road in 2019. Always just get get better at that. It's always my weakness, so I just need to keep working on it. Is your goal to become pro? Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's the goal. Is your favourite course of all time Peel Park or other Belgian courses, for example? Hello. It's a doggy. Hello, doggy. Come on. Hello. Where's your owner? Hello, doggy. Right, I need to get on with the question. Oh yeah, the question I was on. What is your favourite all-time course? I do like Peel Park, that's Bradford. Link to that up one of these corners. Really good course. I also enjoyed Hook Stratton last year, the really muddy one. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Next question. Are you full-time now, or do you study/work? I am full-time this winter, full-time bike rider. Are you racing at National Trophy Crawley? No, I'm not. I'm going to be in Belgium racing Neil and Gaver. Oh, these midges. There are so many midges here. Right, next question. How did you get into cyclocross competition, and how does it work with riding for your team? Did you get approached by a team, or did you sign up? Do you get all the equipment or some kind of discount? So first part of that question, how did you get into cyclocross? My uncle, who is a teacher down south in England, they had like a cyclocross competition in the school, and we were down visiting, so I went along and tried it, and I did really well. And then when we went back up to Scotland, we found a local cyclocross race and started racing, so that's kind of where it started. With my team, did I get approached or did I sign up? My team is kind of a group of sponsors that I've brought together myself. So I'm riding for myself, I'm riding for my sponsors, supported by them. Do you get all your equipment or some kind of discount? I pretty much get all my equipment, so it's really good. Big shout out to my sponsors. Have you ever used Canties? I feel like I'm at a disadvantage. Do you think you'd be as competitive if you did? Yeah, I have used Canties. I've been on disc for 3 years now, so I haven't used Canties for a while. I'm not sure. There's a lot of great riders still using Canties. Up until a few years ago, pretty much most of the pro peloton were on Canties. I don't think it makes as big as a difference as you might think. At the top level, all these things do make a difference, but it doesn't make that much of a difference. What helmet do you have? I get asked this question so often. It is a Endura Pro SL. I'll leave a link to it down below. Yeah, it's got Koroyd technology, which is this kind of honeycomb, and it's mega comfy. I absolutely love it. What does your typical training week look like? It's kind of hard to define typical. Every week's different, depending on whether I'm racing or whether I'm at home training. I'm at home for 2 weeks now, so I work in 3-day blocks, so 3 days on, 1 day off. So the last 3 days I've had 2 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, and I'm just about to go into another block. Today's Friday, so I'm on a rest day, just mucking about in the woods, and I'm about to go into another 3-day block with 2 3-hour rides and 1 2-hour ride, I think, with different efforts mixed in. It's always about the quality, so the hours aren't actually as important as the efforts that you're doing. So yeah, they've got different efforts in those time. Leading up to a weekend's race, what does your week look like in terms of training? Is it the same when it's back-to-back weekends, which are pretty common in CX? It depends. I don't peak for every race, so a race like Irvine, I did a bit more volume leading up to it because I wasn't peaking for that. For the Belgian races, you've got to be on your 100% form for the Belgian races, otherwise you'll just get smashed. So the week leading up to that will be a taper, so basically just less intensity and volume towards the end of the week so that I feel fresh enough for the race. How did you get so insanely fast and smooth? Thank you for the compliment. I've been mucking about on bikes for a while. I've always jumped about on bikes and did skids, did cutties, everything, so I'm quite comfortable on a bike. That's the main reason why I feel I can ride as fast as I do. So it's basically just practice, just going out, mucking about and just enjoying it. Hello again. Hello. Hello. You always seem so cool and enjoying the fact that you can race. Do you get any race nerves at all? Yeah, I do get nervous. Yeah, it's just one of those things. You get more used to it as you race more, but the nerves are always there. And yeah, the nerves are a good thing. It's what keeps you alert and makes you ride hard on the adrenaline, but sometimes it can get quite overwhelming. What I find, the thing that helps, just take deep breaths. I don't breathe enough on race day. I'm constantly just shallow breathing, so I always try and remind myself, just take nice deep breaths, and it just clears my head up, gets oxygen to everywhere it needs to. What's your favourite CX race you've done? Not sure. There used to be a race near Glasgow in the Scottish series called Auchentoshan, and it was such a crazy course in like a gully and a stream and stuff. So that was a really good one. Other Scottish courses, I really like Rjukan Glen, RGCX, Rjukan Glen, I really like that. British courses, Peel Park was a really good race. I had a really good race there. I won that. So yeah, quite a few. I'm not too specific, I just like it nice and muddy and slidey. What did you learn from Mathieu van der Poel and Wout van Aert in practice, and what does it feel like racing them? The thing you learn in practice is that they're just doing the same thing as you are, looking at the course, sessioning bits, falling off. I've seen Lars van Haar go over the bars in practice, but that's the whole point of it. They're just sussing out the course like everyone else. In the race, what does it feel like? Mental. I feel really small and slow compared to them, but it's just one of those things. You gotta look up to them, but then also you can't kind of put yourself down too much. They're like pro athletes, but you're all doing the same thing. You're all just trying to ride your bike as fast as you can, so try not to think about that part of it too much. What is the most important thing you learned as a schoolboy racing? To have fun, because if you're not enjoying the racing and enjoying your bike riding, then you're never really going to get better, because you won't want to go out and do it. Like when I'm out here riding, like it's because I absolutely love it, and yeah, if I didn't like it, I probably wouldn't improve because I wouldn't practice. Any tips for an under 16? This is the last question. Any tips for an under 16 for cross and on the road? Like I was saying, the main thing is to enjoy it. If you can't enjoy it, then you won't practice, you won't get better. I heard a professional rider, I can't remember who it was, say learn to go fast before you learn to go long. So basically, learn to ride really fast and do loads of things before you learn to do that for an hour or 2 hours, because if you can ride fast, there's always work you can do to make you go longer. But just like anyone can ride for 2 hours in a road race, but if you can learn to ride really fast for one of those hours, then you can work up and build up that duration. So whether that's road, mountain bike, cyclocross, learn to ride fast, learn to absolutely nail corners and nail sand sections, because the duration and the endurance will come when you learn how to work on that. But if you can nail your skills now and nail like how to ride fast, then that will help big time. Cool, so that is it. I'm getting so eaten by midges. I'm gonna do a few more laps of my little skills course and then head home, but I hope you've enjoyed it. If there's any more questions, you can leave them down in the comments and I'll try and answer a few more. As I say, I didn't get around to everyone's probably, but thank you for all your questions. It was good fun answering them, and remember to like and subscribe, because I really enjoy making these videos, and I hope you're all enjoying watching them. So thank you. Oh my god.